Créde, can you hear me?
Hi, I can. Can
Hey,
you
there
hear
you
me
go.
okay?
Yes, loud and clear. How are you?
Good.
Welcome. So we wrapped up. We've been doing this segment for a while. Uh, of course, we had Dr. Katz doing it, but everybody was super excited to hear they're going to actually get a double dose of you on Mondays and Wednesdays. Uh, so welcome. We're super excited to have you.
Thanks a lot. Delighted to be here. I actually just
Uh,
came from meeting Andrew in Lisbon on the beach for a coffee, so perfect timing to start off
Yeah,
this week.
exactly. It's crazy. What great timing. And you're going to start off. So we'll tweak things and improve things from what they were. It won't be exactly the same, but we'll stick kind of along the same lines. And you're going to be talking in October about performing under pressure, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to
Take
explore
it
that
away.
over the next couple of Mondays. Cool.
Sounds
So
good.
just
Take it away.
Thanks. So in case anyone doesn't isn't familiar with me, doesn't know who I am or why I'm talking to you about trading psychology, I'm a sports psychologist, high performance psychologist. Spent most of my career in sport, and now I'm applying the learnings and the science of high performance psychology in the trading context. So today we're going to talk about performing under pressure. And really, this is most noticeable in trading. If you see a difference between how you trade when you're trading on sim and your results when you're trading on sim, and then a difference when you're trading live, usually the culprit is that when you're actually trading live, you feel under more pressure. And so that can change how you trade. It can change, how you stick to your rules, to your plan. And obviously it can really have an impact on your P&L. So, what I just want to discuss today, give an overview of, is how pressure actually impacts our thinking. So, it's really important to understand what pressure can do to our decision making, because obviously that has a huge impact on what you're doing while you're in a trade. So, a couple of different ways that pressure can actually impact your thinking. And the first one is that it can cause you to second guess what you already know, what's already automatic for you. And it can make you overthink everything that you're doing. So, overthink your whole strategy. And that often people refer to that as paralysis by analysis. And you see that in sport a lot where people, can perform really well in training. They can perform excellently even in low stakes matches. But when it gets to a championship, their performance goes to pieces. And what's happening is that they're starting to actually consciously think of all the different skills that they need to use in order to perform well. And that decimates performance. So it's the same in trading. If you find that there's a difference in your trading when you're on sim and live, and you find that you're second guessing your rules, you're kind of doubting whether it's a good setup, you're hesitating, that might be what's going on for you. But there's a few other ways that pressure can also affect you. So another one is this idea of ironic effects. So the very thing that you don't want to happen, your brain latches onto it and it makes it happen. So a really good example of this is if I just say to you, don't think of a white polar bear. Probably at least half the people out there now have a white polar bear walking around in their brains. So it's the exact same thing. When you're in the market and you're thinking, I need to stay in this trade, absolutely have to stay in it, hold the trade, hold the trade. I always get out too early, and you find yourself jumping out of it. And that's ironic effect. So pressure really exacerbates that and makes it kind of a much bigger problem. So while on sim, you might have no problem staying in the trade or however it manifests for you, when you're trading live and there's actually money at stake, this can happen for you. And two other ways that it can impact. So you might resonate with one of these, maybe not all of them, or maybe you do resonate with all of them. But this is where your attentional focus actually narrows. So if your strategy involves you having to pay attention to lots of different signals in the market, you're watching all the different indicators. If you're feeling under pressure, your attentional focus can actually narrow so that you miss key indicators and signals that you should be paying attention to. And of course, then this results in missed opportunities. So, or even maybe you're looking at the wrong time frames on the charts, something like that. So that's another example of pressure impacting your trading. And the last way that it can happen as well is, well, of many different ways, but this is a significant one, is that it can slow down the efficiency of your thinking. So when you need to act lightning fast and, be decisive and jump into setups when you see them appear, etc. Sometimes when you're feeling under pressure, that whole process of decision making in your brain actually slows down, and so you miss opportunities. So there are a couple of ways that pressure can impact your trading performance. And I'm not going to solve them today, but I just want to discuss why you might feel under pressure when you're trading. And so this really comes back to the idea of the significance that people place on their P&L and on the money that they're making or losing in the market. So money is neutral, it has no charge. It is just neutral. It's not out to get us. We are the people, and we put the meaning on money, and we decide what it symbolizes for us. So often when people find that their performance is very different when they're trading live as opposed to trading on sim, it's because they're putting some very substantial weight on the P&L. And what does that mean? So that means that maybe the money that you're making symbolizes your self-worth to you. Maybe it's that you really have to care for a sick parent, and this money that you're making is what's going to make the difference in being able to get them the treatment that they need. Maybe it is that the money is to put your kids through private school. And so once you start attaching meaning and emotion to your P&L, that's where the pressure really mounts. And so in a way, if you want to actually kind of alleviate the pressure for yourself or try to perform better, there's two ways you can think about it. So one is about detaching the emotion that you have attached or the significance that you've given to the P&L. So trying to become really aware of what is it that it says to me when I lose money in the market or a trade goes against me. Am I actually saying to myself that now I'm a step further away from actually getting that mortgage that I wanted? So you have to become aware of what the actual nature of the pressure is for you. And then there's two ways that you can try and bring the pressure down so that you can perform better. So one is actually that you actively use strategies to bring your own sense of pressure down. So that can either be physically or mentally. So you either want to, reframe things so that you don't feel so under pressure, or actually you can use some like breathing techniques or relaxation techniques, even as you're sitting, at your trading station, to bring your physical sense of pressure and anxiety down. And that will actually free up your mind then to trade how you want to be trading. Another way to do it is to actually have strategies that help you to withstand the level of pressure that you feel under. And those things could be anything from using, self-talk strategies, maybe using visualization, so kind of mental imagery. You're imagining how you want the trade to go. Those kind of techniques that help you to really focus and basically buffer the effects of the pressure that you're under. So, little introduction to pressure. We're going to jump into it in a bit more detail next week, but just wanted to leave you with that. And so I thought, in order to make this practical for people, I just leave you with two questions to consider throughout the week on this topic. So the first one is, ask yourself, do I feel under pressure when I'm trading live? So is there a difference between your performance when you're trading live and trading sim? And then if so, what meaning or significance am I giving to my P&L?
Very important. And the other question I have is, how do I get this white polar bear out of my head?
You're
still stuck there. Yeah, I know you don't see the room that's going, the feed that's going through here, but about everybody in here was, oh my God, I can't get a polar bear out of my head now either. So that was a great illustration of it. But no, those are two very important questions, and we look forward to diving into this topic with you throughout the month. So thank you, Créde. Welcome. We're really happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me, and talk soon.
Take care.